Hey, how you doing? We've got a very special little plant here now. There's only one of these guys that I've found all around here. So this one's really special. And it's one we're probably just getting more familiar with. I obviously like to do videos of plants that I find in natural habitats or whereabouts in the wild space, basically. Not in gardens and that sort of stuff. So this one I haven't seen that many times, maybe a couple of times, maybe. It's probably years where I've seen it, I haven't seen it. But we've seen this little one. And the little plant we're talking about here is Cleavers. That pretty sticky little plant. They say if you're gathering it, it can actually get a bit irritating to the skin. See how it sticks? It's very sticky on the skin, stuff like that. So, there's quite a few things about this plant. But I'm only going to do a basic runs because I'm still learning about this plant myself. But the main thing with this plant is, first and foremost, it is a very, very good lymph mover. So that would work on stagnation of the lymphatics, and that removing all, just think of a spring sort of tonic, how they talk of spring tonics in winter time, how you're clearing out congestion and all that built up pent up stuff. If you want to really give a bit of a detox and flush through the lymph, this would be probably, they reckon, the best lymphatic herb, because it is so gentle. Children can take it, you can take it ongoingly, like for 6-12 months, etc. And that, you know, you can use it as an infusion, a fresh juice, or a pretty reasonable high volume tincture, something more than 40%, particularly with the fresh herb. So it has got a lot of moisture in it, and that'll bring the alcohol volume down. The other thing that is very handy, it is kind of diuretic. Obviously with the lymph it's working on the waters of the body. It is also working through the kidneys and the urinary tract as well. So when you're having this, if you're having sort of a dry sort of, it's funny because energetically this is constitutionally drying, you'd say, because it is draining water and metabolic wastes and fluids and lymphatics from the body, cleansing that up. So you could say it's constitutionally drying, though there is a lot of water and moisture. Now, one thing for sure, it is cooling, and it would be really, I'd say, pretty good pair of that for a urinary tract would be just marshmallow and this, and that being that this is sort of working diuretics and working on that dryness and stuff, and then the marshmallow would cause mucosal response to the mucosal lining of the urinary tract, etc. I would say, and that could be a good pair. This is pretty good if you're talking Ayurveda. It would be tridoshic, meaning it would work well in certain aspects with Vata. It would work with Pitta, cooling down, and it would work with Kapha. With the stagnation, obviously that alterative action through the lymphatics and the draining through the kidneys is going to be removing stagnation in the tissue state. That would be damp stagnation. Heat excitation would be cooling that down. So earth element, air element, fire element particularly, and that. So it is a water sort of elementy plant, I would probably say. It's pretty spindly, and obviously it's very small. But yeah, if I keep an eye out for them, because they're kind of hard to come across. You can see a little, pretty dainty little thing, but a very gentle herb, very well rounded. We've got some great lymph herbs and stuff like that. You've got sort of like calendula, things like that. Your violets, violas. But it is said, being that this is so gentle, it is really good. So they say also, one note that I did read that I thought was very good, when you get that inflamed, that first inflamed lymphatic, like if you get the swollen lymph nodes and that first inflammation that coming in, really good time, because that has got the inflammation that cools and moves the lymph. So that will assist you in them sort of, I guess, in an immune response as well. And then in that instance. But that's a little bit about Cleveland. I'm sure there's heaps more, and for us personally, now we're seeing it around a bit, we're going to keep our eyes out. I always love seeing stuff around, because then that means we can contemplate it as part of the environment that we're around. and that sort of thing. You know, it is considered a weed, obviously, and that, but obviously by seeing and listening to this, it's far more than just that, which all the plants that I'm, it's one of the purposes I'm doing this, to show, you know, the traditions and things of the plants and that. But got some little chickweed next to it, got some little sorrels, got a little nettle here, babies. I think there's, yeah, little nettle there, just in this little thing by the road. And that, so goes to show, keep your eyes out for these sort of things. Beautiful little plants right here. And that, yeah, I'll be wary on the roads though. Alright, I think that's a bit it from my mouth right now, so hope that was okay. Ciao for now. Bye.